Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, January 11th, 2024. And here are some of today's trends in the news. And remember, it's the only place, anywhere, any place that you get trends in the news because the trend is your friend. And we're giving it to you like nobody else because they don't know how to do it. Again, trend tracking, far better than Megatrends, Time Magazine. Trends 2000, international bestseller. So when I say they don't know how to do it, they don't teach it at Harvard. They don't teach it at Princeton. They don't teach it at Yale. They don't teach it anywhere because they don't know how to teach it. So we're giving it to you because we want to help you prepare, prevail, and prosper in these times ahead. And these are the rockiest times that I've ever seen in my 44 years of trend forecasting. So now on the economic front, the markets are a little bit flat kind of thing. Gold's still hanging in that, the 2030 range. Oil went up today a little bit, but it's still below $80 a barrel Brent crude. They're worried about what's going over there in the Red Sea. Yep. And they're worried about what's going on over there in Iran and Yemen. And they're changing their course and bringing over the products because the shippers don't want to go through there. So that brought oil prices up a little bit. And Bitcoin, poof, had a big hit up, came down a little bit, but it's still way up there because now you got those ETFs, exchange traded funds. So we're very bullish on Bitcoin, have been, say when it went up, said when it went down, and what the breakout points were. And now this breakout point could keep breaking out big time. And well, Jamie Dimon says the opposite. We're going the other way. And what else? It's a shit show. That's what else. U.S. deficit tops $500 billion in the first quarter of fiscal year. Yep. The U.S. government ran up another $500 billion in red ink in the first quarter. The Treasury Department. Oh, Treasury Department? Hey, look who's running the Treasury Department. Ms. Fatchabrut, Janet Yellen. Oh, what was the last job? Fed head? Yeah. Well, listen to everything that they tell you. Because if you listen to everything they tell you, then you like bullshit. Yep. Just saying that if the current pace continues, 2024 will end with a deficit of just more than $2 trillion. And remember, we got a $34 trillion debt load. Who the fuck could be in business? Who could run a business being with this kind of percentage in debt? Hey, don't you know who we are? We're the bankster gangsters. Screw you. We're going to keep the fraud going and do everything we can to push the markets up and make the bigs bigger because we're in charge. We own everything. You're just a piece of crap. Red Sea crisis could jeopardize inflation fight as shipping costs spike globally. The CNBC. Red Sea crisis is now having a significant impact further afield, but shipping costs between Asia and the United States spiking. Shipping rates from from North Asia to the U.S. East Coast have jumped 137%. Yep. Wars do it, man, and we pay for it. All the plantation workers of Slavelandia. Yeah, look what those scumbags did. Oh, remember bullshit Biden? Oh, yeah, Putin will pay for this. When they put sanctions on Russia and oil and gas prices spiked up? Nah. Putin didn't pay for it. Hey, all you folks over there in Europe, you really paid for it. Yeah, I'll be Obama. Folks. Yeah, folk you. Yeah, swallow my shit. I'm a nobody. But you love nobodies. Hey, you're nobody till somebody loves you. Yep. Look at the nobodies running the fucking freak show. Look at it. Look at it. Look over there in France with Macron, the garçon. He brought this 34-year-old little nothing piece of shit. Oh, but he's gay. Oh, I'm so happy. Are you gay? No, you can't say gay is happy anymore. Look at the fucking freak show. Yep. Political dickheads in charge. So, Iran seizes oil tanker. Yep. Linked to U.S. sanctions dispute. Wall Street Journal today. The tanker was being diverted to Iranian waters after it was seized between the coasts of Oman and Iran. Maritime intelligence. They're all fucking intelligence. They're officials. We're intelligence. I love it. I'm a minister of minister of defense. So all those shit names. All right. The vessel was previously commandeered by the United States. Oh, so Iran's not allowed to take back the vessel that the United States stole for them. No, we're the United States. We can kill anybody we want all over the world. And Israel's on our side. Same thing, same game. Yep, same crime syndicate. The U.S. is now considering targeting land-based Houthi positions in Yemen in response to this. And now the UK, that guy Sundak, shit show. Yep. What the fuck is the United States and the UK? The sun never sets on the British Empire. We slaughtered people all over the world. Only killed about 400 million in India when we took over, according to the data, for all the shit that they did to them. So this thing is ramping up. It's one of your top trends for 2024. World War III. Got it? It's ramping up. Eurozone likely in recession. ECB. No fucking shit. No shit. We only been saying this for how long? No. It's not coming back. They destroyed the fucking globe with their 3 years of COVID war. It was going down before this. Go back to 2019. I know that's ancient history. The COVID war began on Chinese Lunar New Year, January 2020, the year of the rat. So just before that, the biggest economy in Europe and the fourth largest in the world, a place called Germany, was in that far away from recession before the COVID war started. They artificially propped up everything with all the fucking cheap money when they locked down everything. Totally fraud. Everything should have crashed when they locked down everything. And now we're paying the price, and it's going to get a lot worse. Yep. Yeah, the ECB. Vice President Louis Dubois said, it's disappointing. The slowdown in activity appears to be broad-based. No fucking shit. No. Well, they're saying it now. It's official because it's coming out of the mouth of official pieces of shit. German industrial output misses expectations. No fucking shit. Blow me away. You ready? Argentina surpasses Venezuela with 211% inflation rate. And that guy, that mealy mouth, whatever this guy that they love over there, yeah, he only devalued the peso by 54%. Can't understand why this is happening. EU faces 450 euro post-Brexit bill on empty offices in London. No shit. We've only been saying the office building bust for how long? And nearly a fifth of office space sits vacant. Highest on record, Wall Street Journal. And not one mention of our top trend. We called the office building bust last year, but we called this actually 3 years ago. We said it would become official this year, which it did last year. But now, how about one of your top trends for 2024? Banks go bust. Yeah. They're not talking one sentence about that. We're going to have the banking crisis that's going to make the last ones that happened in March of 2023 look like nothing. Silicon, Conman Bank, First Republic. Again, it's in your trends, top trends for 2024. And by the way, check me out. I was on with Ron Paul yesterday. You got to go to his site. And I love being on with him. And Redacted News. I was on with them. And we're talking more and more about the top trends. And by the way, there's nobody I respect more than Dr. Ron Paul. That's the last person I voted for president. I vote for lesser of two evils. Yeah, how about, that's like saying you're almost fucking pregnant. How can you be so stupid to vote? There's no such thing as a lesser of two evils. Evil is evil. And they're the Republicans and Democrats, the crime syndicate running the country. The C-U-N-T country. That's the way you spell it? C-U-N-T. Oh, the O, C-O-U-N. Yeah, I forgot. HPE agrees $14 billion Juniper deal. Novartis nears deal to acquire maker of heart drug. Merck to buy immune therapy maker. HPE talks to buy Juniper. Johnson & Johnson strikes deal. $2 billion cash with Ambrx Biopharma. Accenture's creative service unit to buy Work, a digital design firm. GSK buys Alios for biotech. I'm mentioning this because the bigs are buying everything. They own everything. All we are plantation workers of Slavelandia. Got it? Paying rent, talking about Slavelandia, still a problem for 25% of renters. Don't worry about it. Get a job at Walmart. Hey, come work at Amazon. Hey, Target. Get nothing. Yep. Rental firm Hertz Global Holdings is selling about 20,000 electric vehicles. Blow me away. What's one of your top trends for 2024? EV, FU. Yep. We warned about this. This is the news today. Your top trends came out on January 3rd. Or January 2nd. And then on to the Iran war. That bullshit Blinken. Hamas could have ended this on October 8th. This is from the Tehran News. What we do, we go to, when something's breaking out, we go to the news sources of the countries involved. We want to hear what everybody's saying, not one side. So we go to the ISNA in Tehran News to hear what they're saying in Iran. We go to Al Jazeera to get that perspective. We go to the Times of Israel. We go to Jerusalem Post, Haaretz. Want to know what they're saying. So now this is the way Tehran News says it. And again, the motto of the Trends Journal is think for yourself. Hamas could have ended this on October 8th by not hiding behind civilians. Bullshit. No. Fucking bullshit. You're blowing the fucking place apart and blaming it on Hamas hiding with civilians like you sold the fucking bullshit that they were hiding in schools and hospitals and mosques and churches when it was all nothing more than... Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horseshit. Yeah. But it's Blinken. Blinken bullshit. I went to Harvard. I went to Dalton. My daddy was an ambassador, and so's my uncle. I'm a member of the club, and you're just a piece of shit, Salenti. You're a guinea born in the Bronx. You don't mean anything. We're in charge. We couldn't fight our way out of a fucking paper bag, but we got the guys to blow your brains out. So you better watch out. Hamas could have ended this on October 8th by not hiding behind civilians, by putting down its weapons, by surrendering and releasing the hostages. None of the suffering would have happened if Hamas hadn't done did what it did on October 7th and had made a difference decisions thereafter. So it's very important to keep that in perspective. Then they go on to say, Blinken purposely omitted a crucial historical fact. The strife between Palestinians and Zionists did not ignite on October 7, 2023, but rather in 1948, when Israelis instigated widespread killings and coerced the displacement of Palestinians from their ancestral lands. He failed to acknowledge that the October 7th operation by the Hamas resistance group was, in essence, a response to 75 years of oppression under a regime that had numerous international bodies, including the United Nations, labeling it as apartheid. And again, he goes on to say that we consider, it's terrible. Nobody talks about this. Nobody. Not in the news, nowhere. Blinken slams South Africa's genocide case against Israel as meritless and galling. When he went to Israel to meet Netanyahu, you know what he said? I'm Jewish and I'm the Secretary of State. What the fuck do I care if you're Jewish? This has nothing to do with religion. Oh, yes, it is a religious war. I forgot. How about you say, I'm an American? I don't say, I'm an Italian. I'm an American. I'm Secretary of State. The rest of you are just pieces of shit. I'll tell you what to do. Yep. What else? American intel officials warn of risk of Hezbollah attacking U.S. That's the latest coming out. What did we tell you? Major false flag that's going to get America into the war, and all the little people will march off, just as they did with little Georgie Bush, swallowing the bullshit coming out of a little piece of shit with a pecker smaller than that. A little daddy's boy born on third base and thought he had a home run. We're going to get that guy Osama bin Laden dead or alive. Look what he did in 9/11. Yeah. Bullshit. What else? Britain is expected to join the United States in conducting overnight strikes. Yep, great. And then that guy Austin, that Lloyd Austin. How Austin kept nearly everyone in the dark. For days in January, most of Washington, including President Biden, didn't know who was running the Pentagon. He was rushed to Walter Reed National. I'm only mentioning this because Austin did it. You know why? I'm a general. I'm a general. You're just a bunch of privates. I'm a general. I'll tell you what to do. You got it? That's the attitude of the guy whose last job was sitting on the board of directors of Raytheon, the second largest defense contractor in the United States. And that's what you got. Oh, here's a great article. The Wall Street Journal. Big article. Ready? Doomed battle tells story of stalled war. Rout of elite Ukrainian forces shows counteroffensives steep odds. The planners of Ukraine's counteroffensive against the country Russia invaders last year envisioned the elite forces. Elite forces. This is the kind of bullshit they say. Oh, counteroffensive that was a failure, that we said would be a failure. Don't count on the counteroffensive. One of your covers of the Trends Journal. And now they're finally admitting it after all this time, after they sold the bullshit over and over and over of how the counteroffensive was going to happen. The spring counteroffensive that just began like at the end of spring and just about the beginning of summer. And going back to, by the way, that guy, Lloyd Austin, there's an article. The self-reinforcing quality of corporate lobbying has increasingly come to overwhelm every other potentially countervailing force. This is by a guy named Lee Drutman. Something is out of balance in Washington. Corporations now spend $2.6 billion a year on reported lobbying expenditures. Isn't that great? And we got a lot more. Oh, wait, this is big news. That guy, Chris Christie exits race. Yeah. They have a door big enough for him to get out of. What a fucking joke that he was even running. Oh, and he going to Ukraine to give support. And again, a slob that couldn't fight his way out of a paper bag. Loves war. These are the shitheads running the show. So listen, we're doing everything we can to support you. Remember, hit the subscribe button. You know, let's get the word out over here. That so you could keep, you know, you get the messages that we're coming on, and that so you know that you know, keep passing the word. And you want to subscribe to the Trends Journal. You go to trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com. We're giving you what nobody in the world is giving you. History before it happens. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget the interview I did yesterday with Judge Napolitano, Salenti and the judge. Thanks. See you soon.
At the Trends Journal, the best investment you could make, because it's the best investment into your mind, and it can change how you look at the world.
His work is actually a gold mine. Anybody interested in politics, political trends, economic trends, social trends, cultural trends, you have to follow him, Gerald Salenti.
The Trends Journal is one of the greatest sources of information, and and it really is. You're predicting these things well ahead of time. I would encourage everyone to go grab the latest copy.
But Trends Journal subscriber for 20 years. I just have to commend you. What you guys have put together in your latest Trends Journal, there's nothing like this out there.
Sir, everything that you predicted about the economy, you were absolutely right. So I have followed you all this time. So please take a look at the Trends Journal.
You correctly forecast that the Fed would hike rates quite aggressively, correctly said that initially gold and silver would drop as the Fed starts to raise rate to 1.5% and above. When we spoke last, Bitcoin was around 49,000. You said you expect to drop, and if it drops below 30, 35, then it could really drop.
Trends Journal, which I would encourage people to go and check out. It's actually a 200-page document, pure data-driven analysis.
Gerald Salenti, the top trends forecaster in the world. Gerald, you had an interesting call back in September of last year. You said gold had bottomed, which is exactly what happened. And here we are, and we're above $1,900.
Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happened at trendsjournal.com.